Welcome back. The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is still going strong on social media. This challenge spreads awareness of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS. This disease severely disables functions of the human body. The amount of donations for ALS has greatly increased from last year. Thanks to the Ice Bucket Challenge, the use of social networks has helped the ALS Association gain $94.3 million since July 29th. Last year's donations were only around $2.7 million. The donations are going to help patients in need and continue the ALS research in hopes for a cure.
Well, the pressure is on for Senator Mark Udall to ban late-term abortions. This week, pro-life groups rallied at the state capitol to urge Udall to sign a new bill. If signed, the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act would ban abortions after 5 months. Senator Udall believes abortion decisions should be made by women, so the rally organizers are concerned that Udall will not place restrictions on late-term or sex selection abortions.
The nation's largest airline has cut ties with online booking site Orbitz. American Airlines is pulling its ticket sales from the site after contract talks between the two companies fell through. The airline says it will honor previously bought tickets, but future tickets will no longer be sold. Just earlier this year, American Airlines merged with U.S. Airways.
The United States may soon be taking military action in Syria. President Barack Obama has indicated that he will authorize airstrikes in Syria as the threat of ISIS grows in the region. Spotting ISIS targets has become easier recently thanks to surveillance planes, but the brutal execution of journalist James Foley is one possible reason for President Obama to take action. Leaders in Syria are saying this is an act of aggression from the U.S., but the president has indicated that he will do whatever it takes to protect American interest.
Well, students, I have some disappointing news. Ramen, those little ramen packages you can buy 10 for $1, they actually might be harmful for you. A new study from Baylor University shows that significant consumption of the famous instant noodles can lead to numerous health risks, especially in women. Consumption of the convenient noodles 2 or more times a week may increase an individual's risk for cardiometabolic syndrome, which increases a person's chances of heart disease, diabetes, and even a stroke.
The pumpkin spice latte is back, but Starbucks is being criticized for the one ingredient the drink is missing: actual pumpkin. Starbucks spokeswoman Lisa Passe said in an email that the drink features the unmistakable pumpkin pie spices of the fall: cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and clover, but not actual pumpkin. Starbucks does not list drink ingredients on their website, and this has caused some concern as to what is actually in their beverages. Passe advised that Starbucks is working on listing core beverage recipes online and hopes to have that up in the near future.
Speaking of coffee, Burger King has confirmed that a possible merger with Tim Hortons Incorporated is in the process. Tim Hortons is a popular Canadian-based coffee and donut chain. Investors and tax experts say that the benefits from this merge would be huge. The companies will benefit from each other's products and save on taxes. Both companies' stock levels have gone up since the announcement on Sunday.
Broncos kicker Matt Prater is suspended for the first 4 games of the 2014-2015 NFL season. The Broncos have acquired rookie kicker Brandon McManus from the New York Giants for a conditional 7th-round draft pick. McManus comes at a cheap price, as the Broncos would have to give up the draft pick to the Giants only if McManus remains the kicker after Prater returns from his suspension, which is unlikely. McManus will fill in as kicker until Prater's suspension is over.
California Governor Jerry Brown has declared a state of emergency to help clean up after the strongest earthquake to hit the Bay Area in nearly 25 years, happening, of course, earlier Sunday morning. Miles Potter has the latest from Napa.
The damage is hard to miss along the streets of downtown Napa. Sunday, an estimated 6.1 magnitude earthquake caused some buildings and storefronts to come crumbling down in the middle of the night.
We've had a couple people who've lost everything. Whose homes completely burned down, so nothing left at all but a foundation.
It was scary. It was about the scariest thing I've ever been through.
The shock waves radiated away from the quake epicenter 6 miles southwest of California's wine country. The USGS estimated more than 8 million people felt some degree of shaking, and the economic loss will reach $1 billion. The cleanup is ongoing in Napa, where some wineries lost their holdings.
You can see here where the barrels are broken open. I don't want to go down there. I want to stay out there because some of the barrels are still a little bit on the teetering side.
And others were left unaffected.
A winemaker right across the street from us, they were devastated. Dozens and dozens of their barrels collapsed. At my winery, just for instance, no barrels collapsed.
For the Met Report, I'm Miles Potter.
Several Colorado mountaintops have already seen a dusting of snow this summer. This is just a preview of what's to come in a few months. Meteorologists are predicting an early fall polar vortex for the United States. This will cause most of the U.S. to stay cool and very wet. Coloradans should prepare for a rainy, then snowy fall season with below average temperatures. Although this polar vortex will not be as strong and cold as last year's, we are still expecting to see big changes to our weather in a month's time. Well, I have to say I did not enjoy the rainy weather we had the first week of school.
Nor did I. I thought it was miserable.
The only good thing about fall is the pumpkin spice lattes, I'd have to say. Have you tried one?
I'm actually addicted to the pumpkin spice lattes. As soon as I get a chance, I'm going to have 7 of them. They're
sounds
that
good.
They are delicious.
Well, I hear we're supposed to have some good weekend weather. Here's Josh with a closer look at this weekend's weather.
Yeah, you guys, that rainy week, first week of school, not enjoyable, but pumpkin spice does sound really good. Although we don't have any snow in our immediate forecast, the last week seemed pretty chilly for us. This week's going to be a little bit more like summer. Speaking of temperatures for our weekend, we have a high of 87 in Denver. DIA we're going to see at 86 degrees in Boulder. Exact same story. And all across the state, we're going to see plenty of sunshine for our Saturday. Except for Grand Junction out here in the western slope, we have a storm system that's going to be moving into our area for our Sunday, and that's what's going to be causing those clouds in Grand Junction. Speaking of changes for our Sunday, our temperatures are going to drop off because we're going to have a cold front that's going to move through our area. Our temperature in Denver is going to be 80 degrees DIA, also 80, and Boulder at 79 degrees. Now I have these severe storm graphics because we're going to have the storms build over the mountains. They're going to continue to push out east, and really nothing's happening down south. We're going to see plenty of sunshine and warm temperatures as well. But those storms, as they make their way past DIA, that's where they could start to become more severe for us for our Sunday. Let's take a look at what's actually causing all this on our national map. We have the strong cold front sitting right over the Great Plains area and the Great Lakes region with a very strong low pressure system. That's really going to get all of this precipitation really fired up for us for our Saturday out to the Midwest. For us, there's that approaching cold front that's going to make its way towards the Denver area for Saturday, and we do have a possibility for a few isolated showers over the mountains. Not going to be a washout by any means, but for Sunday, that cold front that was over the Midwest is going to weaken significantly, and the showers are really just going to kind of peter out, not going to do much good down to the south. But our cold front is going to gain strength, and it's going to move on to the southeast with a developing low pressure system that's going to create those showers in the Denver metro area. As that cold front drags to the east, it's going to create this line of severe thunderstorms that could possibly create some severe weather. We're talking hail, possibly high winds, and maybe even a tornado or two. So we will keep a close eye on that. Let's now take a look at our 5-day forecast. We got a much better view of our week this week. We're going to see plenty of sunshine, and our Labor Day, 82 degrees. Warmest day of the week is going to be 88, and Friday we're going to see a nice warm 86 degrees.
Like a good Labor Day weekend.
Oh,
exciting.
yeah. And a future cast, too, of the next week. Not going to be rainy. You can put those umbrellas away.
Nice.
Good.
It's about time, if you ask me.
Oh, I know. And it was so cold, I even had to bring a jacket to school.
Oh, me
this
too.
past week.
Hopefully those days are long gone, at least for the coming months.
Yeah.
Coming up next.
Melanie Townsend explores the Denver Botanical Gardens Chihuly exhibit.